Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Yeah. And how? Welcome to it. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter and Instagram and Threads. Although Threads, we were just reading about that yesterday again. And man,
Threads is dead.
Threads is dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that. The numbers are, just dramatically dropped.
Already it went from people averaging 21 minutes a day on it to 6.
Yeah.
6 minutes. Huh. It's hardly even worth, it's not even worth looking at. Okay. Unless you're spending 2.5 hours a day there. Don't even talk to me about it.
I mean, if the Instagram people were like, oh yeah, let's go to Threads. And then it was like, wait, there's no video and no pictures. Now we're back to Instagram.
Are they working on that, or is that just the way it always?
I mean, there could be pictures. Obviously, it's like Twitter, but it's just it's more words than anything.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of how Twitter started, though, too, right? Twitter was just words. You could do 140 characters. There wasn't.
Yeah,
a lot of video
I'm just saying. Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But it's already there.
Right. So what are you going to do? This is kind of interesting. The Biden $10 million bribe file was released. Burisma chief said that he was coerced to pay Joe and stupid Hunter, his words, not mine, in some new allegations here, which are kind of interesting. Mykola Zlochevsky, the owner of the natural gas company Burisma Holdings, told the FBI informant in 2016 while meeting at a coffee shop in Vienna, Austria, that it cost $5 million to pay one Biden and $5 million to pay another Biden. Mm-hmm. It's according to the redacted FD 1023 form. Zlochevsky made some comment that although Hunter Biden was stupid, and Zlochevsky's dog was smarter.
He is the smartest man I know. Right. I mean, in pure intellectual capacity.
Apparently, Joe Biden hasn't met Zlochevsky's dog.
Right,
so,
right.
But they needed to keep Hunter Biden on Burisma's board, so everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Source said that Hunter Biden or Joe Biden told Zlochevsky, that's a stupid name, he should retain the younger Biden. And he allegedly replied, they both did.
Yeah, he could, quote, protect us.
Yeah, through his dad.
From all kinds of problems, end quote.
Dad. Wow.
I mean, we knew that, right? I mean, I know we have documentation now that actually proves it, but you knew that's what the case was.
Yeah, but it's nice to have it backed up.
Yeah.
Nice to have some evidence of it that leads back to Joe.
I think,
and of course, nothing's going to come of it.
I think the line of the dog being smarter, that's a little hurtful.
Do you?
Yeah,
is that what you
a
think?
little hurtful.
Yeah,
or accurate.
I think it was meant to be hurtful and true. I think it was meant to be true.
So we know of at least a $10 million bribe.
Right.
Yep. And then we've got Biden publicly bragging that he's going to get Victor Shokin fired.
And did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Trump, I guess it must have been a perfect phone call, right?
He continues to remind us that.
Right. But I'm just saying that it is absolutely embarrassing that this nation has not impeached Joe Biden, but yet has impeached Donald Trump twice for nothing. The threshold for the left to impeach a president compared to the right is just, it's embarrassing.
Right. I know.
Devastating.
Very much so.
Anyway, there it is. And I'm sure justice will be served real soon. Right?
Yeah. It's just around the corner now.
Cool.
Now that we've got this information, it's right around the corner.
Get right on it.
Yeah, charges are going to be levied at, the whole Biden family. They're all on the way to jail. Joe will be taken out of the White House in handcuffs really soon. Really super soon.
Can I get a date?
Yeah.
On that really super soon?
Soon. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at soon.
Soon. All right.
Lock down the authorities on what actual day they're going to show up.
Because I don't know what paperwork has to be done first and all of those kinds of things.
Some I's have to be dotted.
T's crossed, if you will. Yesterday in the House of Reps, the Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government met. The goal was to discuss censorship in social media companies that they do on behalf of the federal government. But it became an attack by Democrats on a fellow Democrat, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And he was a little pissed.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
He was animated.
I don't blame him. You know who else got pissed? And we'll talk about this later. The IRS informants were disappointed in the Democrats as well. Hey, welcome to the world. This is who these people are. We've been trying to tell you that. Here was Representative Stacey Plaskett smearing Kennedy in her opening remarks.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Why are we here? Why? Why would the Republican leadership and the committee majority give a hearing and a platform to the witnesses today, specifically to Mr. Kennedy, a man who has recently claimed that COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people? And before that, in his film, Medical Racism, The New Apartheid, that film stated that COVID-19 vaccines do not work for black children because of their, quote, kick-ass kind of immune system. That hyper, superhuman, subhuman kind of language.
Dare you?
He, of course, never said anything.
Pause it. Superhuman, subhuman. Which is it? It can't be both. What are you talking about? That kind of superhuman, subhuman, the language.
What?
He's talking about a superhuman skill. To me, if somebody's calling me superhuman, I'm not taking that as racist.
No.
Are you?
I'm not taking offense to that.
Has anybody ever said that, Superman's not cool? Because he's super?
I mean...
What a stupid-ass thing to say.
He is an illegal alien. So
that is true. Yeah, that is true. I don't think he came to Earth with any documentation. So, yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. Interesting that one of the things that Robert Kennedy alleged was that the Ashkenazi Jews were not subjected to the COVID-19 virus or something?
That wasn't that. And I'm not sure about this because
I've never heard the word Ashkenazi before. Have you?
There's those Jews over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Over where?
Over there.
Oh, over there.
Yeah, over there.
All right.
You never saw those
I didn't
over
see
there?
them over there. No.
They're just over there. You know those ones.
Yeah, the Ashkenazis.
Wasn't it? But it was just he was just
talking
pointing
about
a study
who
that
hasn't
was there, right?
and who hasn't been affected as much by the virus as other races.
Right.
I mean, these people go out so far to try to accuse people of exactly what they are.
They do.
And
here's what he alleged that COVID is targeted to attack Caucasians and black people. But that's not taking a shot at black people. She seemed offended by it.
No.
But spare Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese people. Maybe that's why China only had 85,000 infections.
Oh.
Did they? I feel like those numbers have been revised.
Do you? Really?
Yeah.
After heavily implying that COVID could be an ethnic bioweapon, he conceded humbly he didn't know for certain whether the virus was deliberately targeted or not. Okay, so I guess you can't even mention something anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not positive of this, but I've seen reports or I saw a study.
It's almost as if that's what this hearing was about.
Right.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
And it's going to become more ironic with the clips that we have because it is a hearing on censorship, and yet they don't really want him to talk much.
No, came time for the Kennedys' opening remarks. Democrats tried to silence him. Deborah Wasserman Schultz, of course, led that attempt.
I'd like to raise a point of order.
Gentlelady can state a point of order.
Point of order pursuant to House Rule 11, Clause 2, which Mr. Kennedy is violative of. I move that we move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy has repeatedly made despicable anti-Semitic and anti-Asian comments as recently as last week. Rule 11, Clause 2 says whenever it is asserted by a member of the committee that the evidence or testimony at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate any person, or it is asserted by a witness that the evidence or testimony that the witness would give at a hearing may tend to defame, degrade, or incriminate the witness, and it goes on. Mr. Kennedy, among many other things, has said, I know a lot now about bioweapons. We put out hundreds of millions of dollars into ethnically targeted microbes. The Chinese have done the same thing. In fact, COVID-19, there is an argument that it is ethnically targeted. COVID-19 attacks certain races disproportionately. The races that are most immune to COVID-19 are...
A lady making a motion or a speech?
I've made a motion to move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy's testimony...
Mr. Chairman, I
move
to table the motion. Gentleman from Kentucky has moved to table.
Question is on the motion. Mr. Chairman, I ask for a roll call vote on the motion to table.
Well, let me ask the question. The question is on the motion to table. The gentlelady has asked for a roll call vote. The clerk will have to step back for a second. The clerk will have to come in. We'll call the roll on the motion to table, and then we can get back to testimony.
We are a joke. We're a joke. Can't even have conversations like adults up there, man.
I wish you would have gotten to the racist comment he made.
Yeah.
Because what is it?
I know,
what is
I want to hear it
comment?
too.
Is it because he said black people have a kick-ass immune system? That's racist? Why? I'd love to have a kick-ass immune system.
Or was it that they were part of the targeted group? I mean, that's still not racist.
That's still not. No, you're not saying they deserved it. If you're saying they deserve it, that's a different thing.
Right.
Or I targeted them, that's a different thing. But just saying that certain groups were targeted over others, that's not racism. And these are the
groups. That's not racist.
Bizarre. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, and he addressed all of this yesterday where he disavowed all these accusations. I mean, he
handled it really well. Yeah. He really did. I mean, he was very calm.
I don't know
while she was spewing her bull crap.
Yeah, I don't know how he does that.
I don't either. I couldn't have done it.
It's a trait that I wish I had.
Yeah.
Jim, hold on a second. I have something to say to Deb over here for a second.
Yeah, it would not have been pretty. That would have been thrown out of the room, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Stacey Plaskett was a thorn in Jim Jordan's side all day. Here she was arguing about how much time Kennedy was given to speak.
Point of order. I know that witnesses usually have 5 minutes. I see 10 minutes on the board. Is it going to be 10 minutes?
We'll give him 5 minutes, but we're pretty lax with this. We'll let him go for...
We are?
I've
seen you gavel down on quite a number of witnesses.
We've given senators and former Democrat members of Congress and all kinds of folks my time.
He's neither.
I'm just saying in past history.
Okay. But let's watch the time for all the witnesses.
And if you want to cut him off and censor him some more, you're welcome to do it.
Oh, that's not my job. That's your job. Why don't you threaten a witness so that they can not want to be a witness?
I mean, it's just
the worst,
one thing after another.
My God.
And this Stacey Plaskett, she is, what is it, Virgin Islands? Is that right? She's a non-voting member of Congress.
Oh, is she a ranking member too? She's a ranking member of this committee?
From the Virgin Islands?
I think that's right. Is that right?
I honestly,
somebody
want to
fact check that for me?
Wow.
Stacey Plaskett, Congress.
If you don't get a vote,
Virgin Islands at large congressional district.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing. Representative Thomas Massey had a chance to speak, and he directed his remarks toward Plaskett.
Expired. Gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from North Dakota is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'd like to yield my time to Representative Massey.
I thank the gentleman from North Dakota. Wow. The irony and cognitive dissonance from the other side of the aisle. It's deafening. You could cut it with a knife. They are at the same time denying that censorship is occurring, but suggesting that there's more material that needs to be censored. This is a hearing on censorship that began with an effort, with a formal motion from the other side of the aisle to censor Mr. Kennedy. They do not want him to speak, yet that is the topic of this hearing. They have kept him from speaking. A collusion between the government and private organizations. Mr. Kennedy, in your opening statement, you introduced us to this word malinformation. Can you tell us more about this made-up word, what it means, and some of the things that you've said or tried to say that you've been censored for that's been characterized as malinformation?
Yes, Congressman Massey, and if by your leave, I'd like to just respond briefly to some of the what I would call defamations that have been just applied to me by the ranking member. I'm happy to talk to you about my opinions on these issues, what you have stated and tried to associate me with through guilt by association is simply inaccurate. Virtually everything, every statement that you just made about me is inaccurate.
Thank you.
And then he goes through them all.
That's a very kind word.
You are
lying. Use inaccurate.
Yeah, 102 Democrats signed a letter trying to prevent him from speaking yesterday.
My gosh!
And I remember, somebody mentioned on Twitter yesterday, was that remember when the mainstream media was saying that COVID disproportionately affects blacks, right?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
So they were allowed to say this back at the time.
Yep.
But if you say anything similar or anything even in that realm, but you're the one that's saying it and it's not them, then it's malinformation. But when they've got when their goal is more control, then they're gonna use that weapon. I mean, it was. And somebody else said that there was a lot of demonic energy coming from the Democrats yesterday. I think that was the best stated thing because it's been this way all week. It's been that way up there. That's demonic energy from the left.
Longer than a week.
Yeah. This week particular, though, it's been a lot of demonic energy coming from Democrats up there.
RFK Jr. had more to say to his fellow Democrats as well.
And the First Amendment was not written for easy speech. It was written for the speech that nobody likes you for. And I was censored not just by the Democratic administration, I was censored by the Trump administration. I was the first person censored by as the chairman pointed out, by the Biden administration 2 days after it came into office. It ordered a truthful, and by the way, they had to invent a new word called malinformation to censor people like me. There was no misinformation on my Instagram account.
Or dis.
Everything I put on that account was cited and sourced to peer-reviewed publications or government databases. Nobody has ever pointed to a single piece of misinformation that I publish. I was removed for something they called malinformation. Malinformation is information that is true, but is inconvenient to the government that they don't want people to hear. Mm-hmm. And that's antithetical to the values of our country. After I announced my presidency, it became more difficult for people to censor me outright. So now I'm subject to this new form of censorship, which is called targeted propaganda, where people apply pejoratives like anti-vax. I've never been anti-vaccine, but everybody in this room probably believes that I have been, because that's the prevailing narrative.
This room too.
Anti-Semitism, racism. These are the most appalling, disgusting pejoratives, and they're applied to me to silence me, because people don't want me to have that conversation about the war, about groceries, about inflation, about the war on the middle class in this country that we need to be having. And by the way, I want to say this while I'm on the record, that in my entire life, and why I'm under oath, in my entire life, I have never uttered a phrase that was either racist or anti-Semitic. I have spent my life fighting my professional career, fighting for Israel, for the protection of Israel. I have a better record on Israel than anybody in this chamber today. I'm the only person who has publicly objected to the $2 billion payout that the Biden administration is now making to Iran, which is a genocidal program.
No kidding.
I'm the only one who's objected to that. I fought more ferociously for Israel than anybody. But I am being censored here through this target, through smears, through misinterpretations of what I've said, through lies, through association, which is a tactic that we all thought we had been discredited and dispensed with after the Army McCarthy hearings in the 1950s. But those same weapons are now being deployed against me to silence me. I know many of the people who wrote this letter. I don't believe there's a single person who signed this letter who believes I'm anti-Semitic. I do not believe that. There is no evidence of that. Now, I want to say something I think that's more important, and it goes directly to what you talked about, ranking member, which is the need, this toxic polarization that is destroying our country today. And how do we deal with that? This kind of division is more dangerous for our country than any time since the American Civil War.
Amen.
And how do we deal with that?
She won't look
How
at
are we
it
going to, every Democrat on this committee believes that we need to end that polarization. Do you think you can do that by censoring people? I'm telling you, you cannot. That only aggravates and amplifies the problem.
Yes, it does.
We need to start being kind to each other. We need to start being respectful to each other. We need to start restoring the comedy to this chamber and to the rest of America, but it has to start here.
Wow. I agree with all that. Too bad he didn't apply that years ago when he was talking about Glenn and others who disagree with him on climate change, right? He called them traitors. They're treasonous.
Yeah.
So why don't you think back to that, Mr. Kennedy, and apply that in your own life?
Still, though,
he's absolutely right about everything he said. It's just that, things have changed a little bit for him over the years, which is kind of interesting. He is still on the docket on the Glenn Beck program for August so far.
Is that public?
Oh, I don't know. I think
it is
so,
now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bro.
That's supposed to happen. And if it happens,
I want it to happen.
I can't wait to hear the discussion because everything he just said there can be directed at him from years ago.
Yeah.
So that'll be great.
Yeah, just to verify. it is.
Yeah, okay.
Just checked it.
Right. I've talked to Stu about it many times, and somebody will bring it up on that show.
They have to.
They have to.
Good.
They have to because he's right, and he, that can apply to what he was saying. When was that? I don't know, 2012?
2004.
Clear back to 2004.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years ago. Holy cow.
Well, I know. So, I mean, so what's the worst that happened? I mean, we have to bring it up, and he says sorry. Let's move on.
Yeah, right. I was wrong about that.
Yep.
Or he sticks to it. If he stands by it, that would be ironic and hypocritical, wouldn't it?
It would be fun.
Yeah. It would be fun because you'd really have to call him on it.
So can we circle back to the Stacey Plaskett chick there from the Virgin Islands? Because there was another congresswoman, Kat Kamek. I don't know. This is so good. Her addressing Stacey Plaskett. I think you'll like this.
I believe the ranking member said she was deeply concerned about the affiliation. And we seem to have a guilty by association theme going on here. And so I just have to state for the record that I myself am deeply concerned about the affiliation of the convicted sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein, of which the ranking member took campaign donation money from. So I think that's the beauty of the First Amendment, is that we have a right to say what we want to say, but we also have the right to be offended. So I just wanted to point that out.
Nice.
Kat Kamek. Nice job.
Oh, my.
Like that a lot.
That's a great point right there.
That is.
I like that. Wow, it got nasty yesterday, didn't it?
It sure did. It sure did.
Man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Under the big tent. I hope it continues today. That's just fun. That's just good, clean fun right there.
And yet there's still more to play.
How is she the ranking member from the U.S. Virgin Islands? How is that possible? Really weird. Democrat Representative Jerry Connolly spoke, had some unpleasant things to say to Kennedy, too.
There's an opportunity to have a conspiracy theory here. There's an opportunity to make political points. And no matter what you may think, Mr. Kennedy, and I revere your name.
Do you?
You're not here.
You're not
to
here.
propound your case for censorship. You are here for cynical reasons to be used politically by that side of the aisle to embarrass the current president of the United States, and you're an enabler in that effort today. And it brings shame on a storied name.
Pause it. Look how pleased he is with himself.
I know. He absolutely is. That's a great
And you
call.
can definitely tell which congressional staffer is his back there.
He absolutely
Yeah, the one with the mask, the rainbow mask.
It is awesome because he got it out. He didn't screw it up.
Right.
He said it was
Oh,
perfect.
he's so pleased with himself. What a point.
That
What a
is
powerful
awesome.
point.
That guy there yesterday was nearly in tears at times going, we were doing it to protect Americans. And I thought he was going to cry. It was pounding the table.
Oh, my gosh.
Is there more on this, Joe? Is this?
Yeah, let's hear what else he had to say.
It's done.
Is it done?
I began my political interest with your father.
Oh,
wow.
And it makes me profoundly sad
Mm-hmm.
to see where we have descended today in this hearing.
Does it?
Take a look around because it isn't just this hearing, bro.
Yeah, no kidding. And remember when Democrats said censorship wasn't happening? Here's a montage from a couple of Democrats yesterday that want us to know that censorship was happening, but, it was for our own good, of course.
No right given to the people of the United States is absolute, and that includes the right to free speech.
Protective measures were taken to take down disinformation about vaccines and about the nature of the virus
He thinks he's
and
so
about
smart. You're
protective
so
measures we could take, including masks, including social distancing.
We are not trying to censor speech. We are simply trying to create factually correct information to prevent harm to people.
Pause it.
She can't even get it out.
That's not your job, Puddin'. Okay? That is not your job as a congressperson to edit the American people. That's not your job.
She just got done telling us no right is absolute, including the First Amendment.
Yeah.
That's the first clip that we just played.
From her.
And she's telling us the truth from her perspective. She's,
Right. From her perspective.
From her warped, sick perspective.
That is just unbelievable.
I mean, this is an enraging montage.
Oh,
and
my
it's only
gosh, yes.
It's only 42 seconds long with 4 clips. And it's the most enraging thing.
Let's finish it, if we can.
Prevent harm to people.
It was public health measures to protect lives.
Don't cry.
He's going to.
Again, something should be celebrated.
That should be
Okay.
celebrated.
All
Okay.
It was public health measures to protect lives.
Was it? How many lives were protected?
To be celebrated.
Seriously, over 1 million people died. How many lives did you save? I think it did the opposite. You did the exact opposite. You cost lives. And you lied to the American people. It's been proven repeatedly. You lied to us. We should have been protected from your misinformation.
Yeah. Or malinformation.
Much larger percentage
No, wait,
for
malinformation
popular.
is actually true statement, so that's not it's mis or dis.
That's right. What was the percentage though? Americans died compared to the like our population. The ratio there was like per capita.
Completely out of whack. We were way above the world average.
You racist.
Well, that's because, there's so many white people and black people here, and it was ethnically targeted. And that's racist to say, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Really weird, isn't it?
It is.
That's really, really weird.
Those people hold office.
Yeah.
For the United States
It's
government,
embarrassing.
man.
It's embarrassing.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of somebody else's thought that was their best choice to represent them in D.C.
Where's Mr. Gray Stash from? The gray mustachioed guy?
Connolly. Yeah, I think it's Northeast. Hang
Of
on.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, it's Virginia.
Okay. Well,
Probably
Mid-Atlantic.
Probably a D.C. suburb.
Douchebag. I have not seen some of these people before.
I know.
These are not the ones who are prevalent, who are out all the time. And so it's been kind of interesting to see these newbies in there that are just as aggravating as the squad that we see all the time.
They've been around for a while. They just haven't shown their faces.
Yeah. Wow. All right. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a few tweets here. Where's my pudding? Tweets. That's probably more like, where's my pudding? Where's Joe Biden's pudding? And now we fully understand their hatred for him, meaning, I guess, RFK Jr. He's pro-Israel. Yeah, you can't.
Oh, yeah.
You seriously can't.
That's a good point.
You can't be pro-Israel with the Democrats. In fact, who was it that we were just talking about this the other day? Somebody was pro-Israel, and they were, it was the Mayim Bialik or whatever her name is on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
She's a Zionist, she has said, a liberal Zionist. So she's pro-Israel is what that means, essentially. And she even said Israel deserves their state. The Palestinians deserve their state.
She's even given into that.
She even gave into that, which
most
I
people have.
I don't do that. I'm sorry. No, you had your chance. Here's my condition for that is you got to drop your hatred for Israel. You have to stop saying that they don't have the right to exist. And unless they do that, you can't do a two-state solution with them. You can't reward that theme from the Palestinians and the Arabs. You can't. But she gave in to that, and they still hate her guts for it. Right. It's really amazing. And that's because you can't say anything that is positive about Israel. High Plains Stranger tweets, if it's not absolute, then it's not a right. Pumpkin?
No
Pudding?
right given to the people of the United States is absolute, and that includes the right to free speech.
And that's, you know what? That's really not true.
Given to us.
It's not?
No.
Given to us.
Right.
This
given to us, and she thinks government gives that to us.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand our rights come from God. But the First Amendment right is the one that's closest to being absolute. I mean, you don't have the right. I can't say I'm going to kill you and I'm going to carry that out. I can't make terroristic threats. Those kinds of things. But pretty much everything else
in a theater, stuff like that.
Yes. If you yell wolf in a theater, you're going to jail.
Yeah, you can't do that. So.
You can't innovate that there is a wolf in a movie theater.
I would be more concerned if there was a wolf in a dark theater than a fire that I could see in a dark theater.
That's true.
Honestly, that should be the bigger issue. If people don't know the reference, it's something stupid. Was it Nancy Pelosi?
Yes, it was Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. You can't yell wolf at a crowded theater. Mixing her metaphors, of course.
Stupid.
And by the way, you can yell fire in a crowded theater. It's not a criminal offense. But yeah, don't yell wolf because you'll be beaten to death. Jeffy for president tweets. And, again, the only speech that needs to be protected is speech other people don't like.
Hello.
That's it. So
it's okay. You can be angry. Mm-hmm. You can say, I don't like that.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's all part of the deal.
Yeah.
So bad.
Being able to discuss these issues is what makes America or has made America America.
Yeah.
And you're taking that away. Who recognizes this country?
If you start allowing the government to decide what people can say and what they can't say because you're worried about mis or dis or malinformation being disseminated among the public, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done as a republic because the government can't make that determination. Private companies shouldn't be making that determination either, but you sign a thing when you join their platform. So, I mean, there's not much you can do about Twitter and Facebook and whatever else.
But see, yeah, that's why the left is so enraged at Elon Musk.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Donald Trump. Like, they'll like both of them, but as soon as they're in a position to squelch their power, then, oh my gosh, they're public enemy number one. Mm-hmm. And so when Twitter was off of the list of government-controlled entities on social media, then all of a sudden Elon Musk is the worst person in the world. These little demons up there.
Yep. Yep. So, Jeffy for president tweets, someone needs to tell Mr. McConnell that Biden doesn't need any help embarrassing himself. Isn't that the truth?
Oh, and that was on display yesterday in Philly.
Where he was out hawking Bidenomics?
Oh, yeah.
He was at a shipyard in Philadelphia. Watch this as he approached the stage. This is always fun.
Oh, there's the jog. He had the jog going.
I can't. I'll go back. I gotta
see that.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for the fake jog.
That was a good one. That was like 2 or 3.
Start it over, Joe.
That was 2 or 3 little jog steps.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, look at that.
But now wait. Now you
Come
get a
on,
twofer.
man.
It's a twofer. It's a jog, and then it's a don't jump. Watch this, moron.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Whoa, what's up there?
Don't jump.
Watch this. He'll put his hands in his mouth. Hey, you. Don't jump.
Don't jump.
I can't stand him. I hate everything he does.
Outstanding. And I will say,
hate everything he does. Everything.
Okay. Play that back again, too, please. I mean, you want to talk about they have given him a tarmac to walk on.
Yeah, right.
There is nothing that he can fall
and there's
on.
no sandbags. No sandbags, no crumbs.
Nothing. You can land Air Force One where they let him walk, man.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And you know,
and good. I'm okay. I mean, I
don't want to
want the president falling.
To your point, Jeffy, I'm not going to be able to find this message I got from some...
where they're talking about how they're holding up the White House?
Holding? No. I got a PatHead Jeff, he sent me a picture of him standing on the service entry on Air Force One, which is what now Joe Biden is using, if you've noticed. He's no longer going up the tall staircase.
That's my point.
He's going up the little...
And I made that point a while ago with why is he going up that way? Well, they claim they use the excuse of, that just depends. If it's a photo op or who's their dignitaries.
No, what they're doing...
But they're holding it up. So he doesn't have to take the long steps. They said they're trying to talk him into wearing tennis shoes now because they don't because the tripping with the dress shoes.
That'd be a good
less likely to trip.
Right. But they had to admit that wears the CPAP machine because it's
right. You got the marks on his face.
Right.
Okay.
And there was some other stuff that they're doing at the White House, like
But have you noticed
clearing the clutter
when he goes up the short stairs, the service entry? They're also parking the vehicle that brings him there, and it blocks the view. So they're only letting the press shoot it this way, so you literally only see like the top couple of steps. So if he does stumble, he's blocked by the car.
And plus, you don't realize what stairway that is. You just know that he's going on to Air Force One. You know what I mean? It's just silly that they don't admit it.
Interesting. Of course they're not going to admit it. They're taking all these steps so they can hide the fact that the guy's incompetent and physically unable to finish this job.
Yeah.
He just can't. There is no way this guy should be running for re-election.
Oh, my gosh, no.
He knows it. Jill knows it. Everybody knows it. And he's doing it anyway. I mean, he's aware enough to understand he's compromised big time. And he embarrasses himself on a regular basis. Why would you want to keep putting yourself through this? Because you're a power-hungry douchebag.
Yeah,
that's why.
I mean, this is just the beginning of yesterday. I watched some of this from Philly.
Well, we got quite a bit to get to here. Quite a bit. You guys want to play a game from the speech? You want to?
Oh yeah, the broken record game.
Yeah. You guys got a guess here, or what he's going to say next?
All right. Do we get a?
Yeah. What do you guess? Just.
We get it. Well, we don't get any kind of hint as to where he's headed.
Well, he's doing Bidenomics.
He's doing Bidenomics.
Bidenomics. So
okay. All right. I'm going to have to go with. I'm going with $1.7 trillion.
Jeffy, what's your guess?
$1.7 trillion, and
you can guess the same if you want to.
Talks that we're in a recession. Well, I watched some of it. So
okay. Well, we're going to get to that stupid clip.
All right.
Pat is the winner. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And guess what else? I lowered the federal deficit by $1.7 trillion in 2 years.
It's unbelievable. It doesn't end. Unbelievable.
It doesn't end.
And it's the lean-in whisper. I didn't see that.
He's been
that guy, man.
He's been coupling those together.
Even
lately.
His friendly liberals have told him, dude, you gotta stop with the $1.7 trillion lie. You didn't reduce the deficit $1.7 trillion.
No, but he just said he did again.
I know. That's why they called it a bottomless lie. He won't stop saying it.
So Jeffy just gave a sneak peek to the next clip.
Oh, my God.
Now, see if you can translate this, Pat.
All right.
Okay, this is
It's awesome.
Joe Biden.
This was good.
How many times you read that a recession's coming? Even Wall Street today said, no, they don't see a recession coming now.
What? Wait, what?
What
Wall
do you mean,
Street
what?
Journal today, Washington.
Play it again, Joe.
Now.
What do you mean, what now? Do you understand what the man said? He's talking about the recession.
Okay.
Today said, no, they don't see a recession coming now.
Somebody type this out. I got a transcript here.
All right.
Okay. So after I say this, please play it again. So here's the whole thing. How many times you read in Inflate that a recession's coming? They've in Wall Street today said, no, you don't say recheck coming now.
How many times you read that a recession's coming? Even Wall Street today said, no, they don't see a recession coming now.
It's not. I guess another language.
Oh my. Oof, man.
I mean, it's pretty easy.
Context clues.
How many times have you read that there's a recession coming? And he just read in the Wall Street Journal yesterday where there is no recession.
I love Jeffy. It's like he just went and paved the bumpy road that actually said, they've in Wall Street today said, no, you don't say recheck coming now.
Recheck. Don't say recheck coming now.
Don't say recheck coming now.
I've never said that.
That's kind of
I've never said recheck is coming
right
now. Oh boy! Wow, he's good. He's good. It makes you proud to be an American, where at least you know you're free.
Are you?
Except you're not. You're not. Here he is reading a sentence about the Gulf
of Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Mexico.
That's a typo from me.
Oh, I thought this is how he said it.
No,
okay.
no, that's what I was trying to
All right, here we go.
Today, we announced the first ever offshore wind sail in the Gulf of Mexico.
Wind sail?
Going to the Gulf.
What?
Think I'm kidding. Ain't seen
I don't know
nothing
what the
yet.
hell you're doing. Frankly,
he truly had never seen that sentence before that moment. He has no idea what he's talking about.
Right.
Nobody has any idea what he's talking about unless he's talking about building turbines out there to kill birds and get the
We're going to the Gulf.
The blades are going
I'm not
to
kidding.
Wyoming for a landfill. Is that what we're talking about? You're excited about that?
Play it again.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Play it again.
Sail in the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to the Gulf.
We're going to the Gulf.
Think I'm kidding. Ain't seen nothing yet.
Jeffy, your recreation of that was perfect. Going to the Gulf.
We're going to the Gulf.
Going to the Gulf.
You think I'm kidding?
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I mean, he seriously had no idea what he was going to say before he started speaking.
So he
Gulf.
just authorized a wind sail for the Gulf of Mexico.
Right, not drilling oil, right?
Going to the Gulf. Maybe that was him just surprising himself with you're right.
He had no idea what he was.
That was him. He was just surprised himself. Wind sail the Gulf of Mexico. I did. We're going to the Gulf.
Watch this, man. He has no idea what the Marxists are typing
Today, we announced the first ever offshore wind sail in the Gulf of Mexico.
So?
We're going to the Gulf.
That's right. He just realized that's what we did.
Nothing yet.
That's what we did. He just realized, Michael, we did.
Why is that a big deal? Why is that a big deal? We're going to the Gulf. Like we've never been to the Gulf before?
Green energy and their windmills and the turbines in the ocean. That's all. That's what they want now. Can't have those oil rigs, but we can have those windmills.
Yeah, right. Man, wow. That is unbelievable. What a weird, weird thing to brag about. We're going to the Gulf.
Think I'm kidding?
Think I'm kidding? No, what?
I'm just getting started. I know that's the problem.
Yeah. Jeez.
That's the problem, Joe.
And then when the speech was done, guess what he did?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
All right. This way.
Wandered.
This way. No.
Not
See,
that
he
way.
thinks that's funny. Because he doesn't know where he's going.
Now, hold on a second. We got to get another don't jump in here. I mean, good Lord.
My gosh.
He's the worst.
Oh, man.
So bad.
It is.
Just want this presidency over.
So embarrassing. If there is no excuse for any human being who is alive today to vote for that man. There's no excuse. Zero.
Seriously.
I don't care if you hate Donald Trump more than poison, more than strychnine. There's no excuse to vote for that guy. You find somebody else.
Yes.
JFK Jr., Marianne Williamson. I don't care.
I wouldn't
somebody else.
I'd vote for RFK Jr., not JFK.
RFK,
That'd just be me. But you could vote for JFK Jr.
Honestly,
voting for a dead man is better than voting for that guy.
And this is why in states with open primaries, Texas, which is one, is why I'm voting for RFK Jr. in the Democrat primary. In March on Super Tuesday, because my number one goal is to get rid of Joe Biden, and I want it done as quickly as possible.
Has to be done. I mean, I don't think he has a chance.
I know.
But, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to eliminate him in the primary, wouldn't it? Oh, man, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
If you just didn't have to worry about it. All right, at least he's out of the picture.
That's what I want.
But they might double down. I mean, if he gets out of the primary, he still has time in office after that. Right?
Yeah, he does.
Ooh.
Boy, that would
you ain't seen nothing yet.
That's right. You're right. Gosh, you thought 3 months was bad between November and January. Just give this old man 10 months.
Oof.
Oh, man. Now that you said that, it hurts my heart.
I mean, there are people in the Democrat Party trying desperately to talk him out of running again, trying to get him to drop out of the race right now so they can bring somebody in like Gavin Newsom. I mean, they don't have much of a bench, but they have Gavin Newsom, and I think a lot of people think he's got a shot. He doesn't, but
no way.
They think he does, and he's much younger. He's attractive. He's an extremist. They want him. They'd much rather have him than Joe Biden. But can they convince this old man that he's not up to the task?
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
And you got Jill blocking the way?
Yeah.
I mean,
don't go
that's
there.
Bad.
Don't go there, Jake.
What? Oh, okay. All right. All right, I won't. You convinced me.
All right. You're sitting way over there on the other side of the lake for this interview. No problem.
Thank you, Dr. Jill, for reminding me of my manners. Okay.
Going to the Gulf.
Terrible.
Going to the Gulf. You think I'm kidding?
Who's getting started? I know. That's the problem.
That's the problem. All right. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Don't jump.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Welcome. Thanks for being with us as we finish off the week together. I got some tweets here. Total Browns move. Tweets. I never vote for anyone. I always vote against W.C. Fields where I'm at. I always vote against leftism. All right.
Good plan.
PatHead tweets, now we wait for Webster's dictionary to change the definition of censorship. Yeah. Probably happen.
Good point.
Premature curmudgeonation. Can we please get Biden to the villages already? Agent Yogi. When Biden was ranting about going to the Gulf, it almost sounded like a Mitch Hedberg joke. Joe needs to leave out all those drugs, man.
We're going to the Gulf.
Going to the Gulf.
I'm kidding.
So weird. Such a weird cat.
I think I'm kidding. He said that multiple times yesterday. I think in the very beginning, the one clip I saw where he said, I'm not joking, or you think I'm kidding. And I'm like,
no, we don't.
Dude, what do you,
we never think you're joking or kidding.
That's a problem.
You can stop saying that.
Please.
Nobody's ever jumped either during one of your appearances. That's not
maybe they're going to start.
Yeah, they might. I might.
Don't jump.
Mitt Romney celebrated National Hot Dog Day the other day. I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday
right?
was National Hot Dog Day, yeah. Which I'm a
People
fan
were
of.
so pissed at him. Oh, jeez.
He's such a robot,
I'm
man.
a fan. I'm a fan of hot dogs.
I love hot dogs, but haven't had one in a while.
This very day. Chris Cruz coming through.
Cruz came through.
Look at that.
These are not Kogel hot dogs, but they're okay.
Are they 7-Eleven hot dogs? I think they are.
Yeah.
Is that where you got them?
Yeah.
Yep, that's what we thought.
I mean, everything
Super good.
like Mitt Romney is incapable of acting like a human being.
Like a regular guy.
I mean,
Yeah,
seriously,
he can't. He can't.
When you watch this video, everything about it is fake and scripted, right down to look how perfect the ketchup is spread on the hot dog. I mean, this is rough.
Here it is.
Well, as you all know, today is National Hot Dog Day, and perhaps you also know that hot dog is my favorite meat.
Everybody
I
puts
love
their
hot
ketchup on
dogs.
their hot dog like that.
I love them in buns. I love them outside of buns. I love them with baked beans. I just like hot dogs. It's the best, best meat there is, without question. So to all of you who, like me, are celebrating National Hot Dog Day, congratulations to you, and may there be many, many more hot dogs served in our wonderful land.
Now, he almost screwed up a couple times. He finally got it out. I don't know how many takes he took for that.
Mic me up for this casual walk down the hallway with a
I
hot
don't know
dog.
how many takes he took. It'd be interesting to know how many takes that took, because he almost screwed it up a couple of times, but he didn't, and so they just left it in. All right, we're good, sir. We're good, sir.
Yeah, I want to know how often he's worn this hat that he had on, because that's a styling hat of his.
Is it?
Well, as you all know, today is National Hot Dog Day, and
Nobody
perhaps
knew
you
that,
also
by the
know
way.
that hot dog is my favorite meat. I love hot dogs. I love them
my favorite meat.
in buns. I love them
all right,
outside
I
of
got
buns.
It's, your favorite meat is a hot dog, an amalgamation of like a cow tail. Oops, a hot dog spewing out of my mouth. A cow tail, testicles, hoof.
I got to tell you,
I love them too.
You're making this hot dog sound even better.
I love it too. I love hot dogs, but it's not come on. It's nobody's
It's my favorite meat, fellow American.
I don't know. Kogel hot dogs for Michigan
Steak.
are pretty good.
It's if you had a steak on one plate and a hot dog on another, you're going for the hot dog.
If it was a Kogel hot dog, I'd probably go for that first. And I'd get to the steak, but I'm going for the hot dog.
Are you?
Yeah.
Jeffy can handle
But you
both.
can only have one. Which would it be? Which would it be? Hot dog or a steak?
I mean,
lobster. That's not your favorite meat? Steak and lobster.
Probably going with that.
Yeah, me too.
Probably going with that.
I love a hot dog. Look at that. I shouldn't be eating any of it, but I did.
It's an American breakfast right there.
Delicious. Really good. But, the response to that was so vitriolic. It's like, okay, calm down.
I will say, just as a reminder, I don't know what made me think of this. It's been a long time since you've had pancakes and waffles and eggs and sausage.
No, I've had eggs. I eat eggs all the time.
No, you haven't.
Oh, okay. I haven't. You're right. Have not eaten eggs. But pancakes, oh, man, I could do some serious damage on a stack of pancakes.
Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
Them wheels turning
Come
now.
on now.
Ice cream.
Oh, here we go.
Kexi cookies. By the way, we've got some new flavors if you want to try those. Kexi.com, KEKSI.com.
By the way,
delicious.
If you use promo code The Jeffy, we'll get you 18% off.
Right.
Shh. The Jeffy.
Why are we talking quietly?
I don't know.
All right. Well, you had to go into the Biden whisper on that one. And what, by the way? So PatHeads have been sending us some lighthearted videos for Frivolous Friday. Maybe we should partake. Should we? Should we partake?
Yeah, these are quick hits.
Is it these?
Yeah, you got this the cell phone thing. Is that what the first one is? Cell phone of the future? Is that what this is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
love
is.
this thing. I need that.
Oh, it folds.
Look how small it gets. Look at that. It's a tablet.
Whose is this?
I think this is just
company,
like a prototype. Oh, I don't know.
That's really cool. Wow, that's cool.
I need that thing. Look at that.
I looked at some folds.
Wow.
So what's the time frame on this getting to market, Daniel?
Wow.
Thing is, they've got to make them, and this might actually be the one that does it, but the folds aren't quite right with the way they last.
All right.
Really?
I was looking at because I just got a new phone, and I was looking at some of the folds, and they just, I don't know.
Well, this one
I want to like them. I know.
That
it
looks pretty good.
I know.
Can you imagine watching football on that thing?
Wow. That's great.
And putting it in your pocket.
And then you put it right back in your pocket because it folds up. That's pretty amazing. Jeez. Then there's also a fun video of how new clothes are being made by designer Anne.
I don't know.
Anne Reelable?
Yeah, something.
And Reelage that change when they're exposed to UV light.
Awesome.
They change color.
Look at that. That's a UV light just.
Oh, cool.
It's being exposed to. And so it changes like.
So it's not just the color it changes the.
I guess the
design.
I guess it's almost like invisible ink or something, and then you. But I mean, is it only that option though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I don't know. That's really weird.
I don't know what the point is.
Wow,
but it's cool.
Yeah,
because it's being affected by.
That is cool.
By that.
Yeah, pretty high tech kind of stuff, futuristic sort of thing.
I wonder how long. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Like after he goes over it once, what happens when you go over it again?
Yeah, I'd like to see.
So
go back.
I think this next video, I think you like this song, if I'm not mistaken, Pat, but I've just never seen this instrument, and it's just, I don't know, I think it's kind of fascinating. Somebody sent us this, an automaton musical instrument. I need one of these. I mean, these are fun. I mean, this is cool. See if you recognize this song at some point. It's creepy, right?
Very.
You'll recognize it in a second. Just wait for it. Good gift idea right here.
Is that even
He's
real?
playing it, see? Yes,
that
it's
even
real.
real?
Yeah, I saw him on Amazon for $25.
Okay.
This is going to be the biggest hit this Christmas right here, this item. You recognize this yet?
No.
For some reason I thought you liked this song.
What song is it?
It's that, oh gosh, what is that song? No, Evanescence. Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Bring Me Back to Life, said, yeah. Anyway, I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I need
is
one
cool.
of those.
That's interesting. Is there a number of people can call? Or speaking of music instruments, this is fun too. Here's another one for you.
When your motorcycle doesn't make cool noises, you just make them with a trombone.
That's funny. That's funny.
Jeffy doesn't want to laugh.
You don't like that.
Yeah, it's
All
not
No,
Jeff-
it's funny. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Jeffy approved.
It's funny. I like that. You know, they're doing something sort of similar with the new electric vehicle muscle cars.
Yeah.
Oh, they added it in?
Because they don't make any noise.
Yeah.
And so they're adding noise
People miss
to
it. People want to hear the sound.
Yeah, they want to feel the rumble. They want to hear the, the sound of.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a big engine. And so they're faking it now. They're essentially putting in speakers in the cars.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then making that rumble sound. It's interesting. This is a wild video of an incredible water spout in Russia.
Yeah. Love nature, man. Look at that thing.
Holy cow.
Right? Oh. Jeffy, is this doing it for you?
That's really cool.
You like that one?
Yeah, I like it if it's real.
Oh, no. It's real.
It's CGI.
Yeah, they dubbed it in the
Wow.
gibberish, too.
Why do people speak gibberish?
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
Be like us, y'all.
Yeah. Just talk right. That's all. That's all you have to do. Talk right.
Real easy.
All right. Also, it is only we're 35 days away now from college football starting. August 26th.
How sweet is that?
That's unbelievable.
You know,
to me.
it's going to be here, and then before you know it, it's going to be over, Pat.
You're a nasty.
Yeah, you're right. You are
It's
nasty.
going to be here like tomorrow, and then it's going to be gone.
Saying, hey, remember when we were saying it was just around the corner, and now it's over.
Yeah.
Now, the NFL preseason starts on August 3rd. The Hall of Fame game coming up.
Oh, wow.
Nice, yeah.
Thursday, August 3rd.
Oh, I can't wait. That's
So,
fantastic.
Less than 2 weeks from that.
So, Morrisville State has debuted all-black turf on their football field.
Oh, wow. I bet you that looks actually cool.
Look at that.
So,
Yeah.
Boise State has the blue turf.
Which is kind of agonizing.
Now
actually.
they've got the black. Huh.
I like the black.
I think that looks better.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot better.
Yeah, that's cool. That's kind of interesting.
Now, there is some concern of how hot it's going to get.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oof. Where is Morrisville State?
New Jersey, I believe.
Oh, you're fine.
You're fine.
They're fine.
Well, in December, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
In September, it might be a different matter. But, yeah, they announced this week the football team will be playing on black turf at Drake Field this fall. The Mustangs are a Division III team in Morrisville, New York.
New York. Okay.
New York, not New Jersey, but still, same thing.
Yeah.
As we set out to replace our old turf, we wanted to move in a bold new direction. It would give our department and student athletes a unique identity to rally around. Yeah, why don't you just get good football players?
That'd be easy.
Thought of that?
One of the things is that maybe we put in a couple of metal stands for some fans along the side of the field.
Yeah, that might be good, too.
Maybe we tell people, we play football here. Come to a game.
You saw where the Washington Redskins football team commanders got sold officially yesterday.
Yeah, I was going to put them in the Fat Five
Snyder
today.
have to sell them?
Basically,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $6.05 billion.
You know how much
billion?
Yeah,
$6.05 billion.
Yeah, but you know how much he paid originally, right?
How much?
$800 million.
Ooh,
nice
that's a nice
return
little
on
profit.
investment there.
And so they also released their 23-page report against him because they were all mad at him. And so he's fined. The NFL fined him $60 million. Okay, so how much did he pay for the team again?
$800 million.
And he sold it for $6.05 billion. But the NFL said, hey.
Almost tenfold profit there.
The NFL said, hey, remember when you were hiding revenue from us and the other owners? It's going to cost you $60 million.
Oh, wow, that hurts.
I know. And they made a big deal out of his.
That's like me being fined $60, you know?
I know.
Oh, no.
I know.
Really?
I mean, some of the other complaints that they had, with the one girl saying that he touched my leg and he touched my back. Okay.
Touched my back.
All right. Shut up.
Is that what you tell them?
Yes.
Just shut up.
But so they, the NFL fined him $60 million, but it's
So here's some fun numbers that somebody posted. In 24 seasons with Dan Snyder owning the team, they had 4 division titles, 4 federal investigations, 2 NFL investigations, 3 attorney general investigations, and 3 team names.
Wow.
But
wow.
Yeah, nobody was a fan of Dan.
As long as we're doing sports, I don't know if this really qualifies or not, but there's this YouTube guy. What's the rapper's name? He's like I don't know if he's a personality, DeGion or something. He decided to go to a WNBA game because he needed a nap. And so now he's banned from all WNBA games after this stunt at courtside.
Hilarious.
That's very funny.
It's so funny.
Really funny.
Is good.
If you're listening,
I don't want anything to bring any kind of recognition to the WNBA.
Right.
But that's good.
Even if it's taking a nap. I see where the head of the women's
the FIFA people.
Soccer.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
They're begging people to do the right thing.
In New Zealand, though.
Do the right thing and buy tickets to their crappy Women's World Cup because
he was out whining.
Yeah. First of all, they had to give away 20,000 free tickets.
Right.
Okay. Now they've given away all their free tickets and they're still not filling these stadiums.
Oh, no.
So they're telling fans, hey, do the right thing. Like it's a moral obligation
these girls
to attend a women's soccer
These women
match.
play hard and the games are great.
Yeah, shut up. If people want to go, they'll go.
It was unbelievable.
Not gonna guilt them into going to a dumb women's soccer game.
It was unbelievable.
And then, and so now you know. why women make less than men. They have to beg, they have to plead,
and they just made that deal where
they have to give away free tickets,
where they all make a whole bunch more money.
Right. Well, that's part of the problem.
Right.
Because they have to pay each of these participants $30,000 at least.
Wow.
Just for showing up. So they're paying $30,000 per athlete to these women. And
nobody's
there.
Now, this was in New Zealand. Now, he was whining in New Zealand. I guess the games that are taking place in Australia do have some audience.
Yeah,
have some fans. I mean, he was specifically talking
Who's he,
to
by the way?
New Zealanders.
The head of FIFA.
The head of the women's soccer.
Wait, hold on a second. The head of FIFA women's soccer is a dude?
Yeah.
As far as I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing and get a woman in
charge,
there.
right?
That's right. That's
Maybe they could try a marketing technique. They could do it. WNBA could take advantage of it too. Need an app? Come to one of our games.
All right. Let me tell you about preborn because, the fight to save unborn babies continues. While it is great that I think abortion went down, what was it, 10% in Texas or something like that? 10%? 90%?
Yeah, it was...
It was somewhere between 10 and 90%.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
I think it's 80-something, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. It went down a lot in Texas. And I think maybe the 10% number is countrywide because people just went to other
areas,
states. Yeah. So that's the problem. We just need to change the mindset and help people understand. And the way to do that is to show the expectant mother an ultrasound. When they see the ultrasound, they hear the heartbeat, they see the baby in the womb, they understand that's a human child. That's a baby.
You know how much it means to you? To anyone who's had a child to have that picture and hang it on the refrigerator. I mean, it's awesome.
And that costs $28. Just $28 makes the expectant mother over twice as likely to choose life. So if you can afford $28, that would be so greatly appreciated. Dial pound 250. Say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or you could donate at preborn.com/Pat. That's preborn.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We're gonna check in with Jeffy, who's got the Fat Five for us.
See, we got to get to a few of these.
We might only
stories.
have time for the Fat Three, but go ahead.
Well, first of all, sex in space. With this new era of spaceflight, David Cullen, professor of bioanalytical technology at Cranfield University, is calling for urgent research into the consequences of sex in space. And he believes
Has it ever happened? I don't think it's ever happened.
Well, my friend, you are in the same category as NASA and Professor Cullen. You are all incorrect.
Oh, really?
Incorrect.
Okay.
We have documented audio.
God. Weightlessness.
On this show.
Jesus.
Of sex happening in space.
All right. The Carmen line.
No
William
description can equal this.
I mean, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
Stand corrected. All right, I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Good point, Chuck.
I can't. I mean, liars.
There's
man.
the documentation right there.
We'll do this one. The Biden administration on Wednesday announced a new round of military aid for Ukraine.
My gosh.
It's only going to include critical air defense capabilities and munitions.
Oh, good. So do we know what the total is?
$1.3 billion.
It's only $1.3 billion.
$1.3 billion.
It's not like it's $1.3 trillion.
Which is in addition to the $750 million going for humanitarian and food aid.
Well, and then the EU is proposing a dedicated fund to keep Ukraine's military stocked for the next 4 years with another $20 billion.
Oh no!
Now the EU says that's not going to be us. We're going to let the other countries. We're just going to give that money to specific NATO countries, and then they can give it to Ukraine.
And this is all in addition to the $800 million that we gave them last week.
And then I saw a video with Garth Brooks and Trish Yearwood.
Oh.
And they were telling us what else is being done for Ukraine, or what they want to be done for sure. It's really good. TikToker put some music behind it.
Especially the refugees. There's a global initiative, and of course, supplies and aid is already spread thin. And this is where you come in. We need your help. We need you to donate.
Yeah, I mean, we always ask for love and prayers. Please keep doing that. We're also going to ask you, dig in your pockets, be part of the greatest global relief plan mankind has ever seen.
Everybody deserves dignity. Everybody deserves a roof over their head to feel safe. You can be a part of that.
Yeah, amen. So join us, won't you? Stand up for love.
Stand up for mankind.
Stand up for Ukraine.
Oh, my God.
Wow. What is that?
How about you guys first? Because you're worth what? About $1 billion.
Wow.
How about you stand up for Ukraine? Wow.
I know. Terrible.
Oh, my gosh.
Terrible.
Wait a minute. The space story. You promised me a space story
okay.
about how old the universe is.
Our universe is twice as old as current estimates, according to a new study.
Wait. It's more than 14 billion years old?
That's correct. Perhaps if you would have read the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, you would have known this.
This is the first month I missed it.
Okay, well, and now you missed it. We are 26.7 billion years old.
26.7 billion.
For years, astronomers and physicists and myself have calculated the age of our universe by measuring the time elapsed since the Big Bang.
Yeah,
but
how do you measure the time elapsed since the Big Bang, by the way?
Well,
since you're one of the people who's been measuring.
Along with the advances in technology that we use now, I can't explain it all.
In Jeffy's case, he was there.
But thanks to the James Webb Telescope, that's brought some more, the scientists. In fact, the one guy said that it's puzzled us. That we're seeing
has
this.
It puzzled you?
And I thought, me too.
Yeah, that it's only 14 billion years old. That's puzzled me as well.
Me too.
I think we've all been puzzled.
There's a new idea, coupling constants. And it's a fundamental physical constants that govern the interactions between particles.
Oh, we got to spend more time on this coming up.
Didn't we just play audio of that, Jeffy?
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Also, youtube.com/Pat Gray. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. If you have an idea in mind for one of our last Friday of a month conspiracy shows, you can go to conspiracyattheblaze.com. Let us know what that is.
Conspiracies, plural.
Plural, yes.
Yeah.
We're getting all kinds of great ideas. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of them. And next week is the last Friday, so we're going to be talking about Malaysian Flight 370, which has never been solved, frankly.
It's just gone.
Just gone. Just disappeared from the Earth. So I wouldn't worry about it. All right. You mentioned in the Fat Five that scientists are now believing
we'll get back to
that the universe is essentially double the age that they once thought, which was almost 14 billion years, right? 13 and a half, 14
Correct,
billion
13.797 billion.
And now
years.
they think it's almost 27 billion
years. Yeah, 26.7 billion.
God, that's so weird.
That's
How do you
weird.
measure that? How do you measure that?
Well, the interpretation of the cosmological constant.
But they count the rings in the
universe? Which represents
Yeah.
dark energy responsible for the accelerating expansion of the universe.
Well, I was going to say that, but then...
but now, the constant that accounts for the evolution of the coupling constants, with this modification in the cosmological model, that's addressing the puzzle of the small galaxy size as observed in the early universe, allowing for more accurate observations.
That's exactly why I was so puzzled at the 13.7 billion year old estimate. I
know.
Really puzzled by that.
You and myself and other scientists.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So I'm glad they're addressing that now. Good. We're going to a museum that's called, is it the Young Earth Museum? No? It's not. No, it is not.
It's not what the name of it is.
I'm being told no, it's not. What is it, Chris? Oh, all right.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you. For today's overtime, we're going to visit the... is this on overtime we're doing this? Actually not overtime, right?
It is.
Yeah, this is our overtime.
Oh,
it's just...
okay. It's the Discovery Center for Science and Earth History that's just down the road from us. The mission there is to come alongside believers in their faith by providing scientific evidence that affirms the truth of God's word and glorifies Jesus for his glorious work in creation.
I've heard a lot of good things about this place.
Is.
Yeah, that's what this is.
Oh, Jeffy's like, I'm not going on a Bible field trip.
But they believe the Earth is about 7,000 years old, right?
I've already been to Bible camp in my life. Okay.
Well, look, I just got done telling you.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you did Bible camp every year.
I love Bible camp.
Hold on, Jeffy. We have to ask. Give us some of your best memories from Bible camp as a kid.
Am I getting picked up to go home yet? Okay.
Oh, bro.
What time's lunch?
As if he was ever there. Come on. All right. So the universe might be 27 billion years old, but we're only 7,000. So put that in your pipe and smoke.
Is that possible? I guess it is.
Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know how old the Earth is. I could go either way on it.
Sounds like a Good Friday show coming up sometime.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Almost like today.
Because, I don't know how long Adam and Eve spent in the Garden of Eden. Did they spend 1 billion years there? I don't know.
It's possible, right?
It's possible.
I mean,
might have been a day and a half. I don't know.
And it could have been 100 years or 700 years or whatever. There's different philosophies behind that.
And nobody knows the answer to that question. Where did the dinosaurs fit into that? Because there was no death on the Earth while the Garden of Eden was happening. So,
right.
Where do the dinosaurs fit? That's going to be interesting to find out one day. There's some really weird theories on that too, by the way, but I'm not going to get into those right now. Yesterday, there was a video from a female body... Oh, no, I don't want to do this. Do I? I don't think we want to do this.
It's just a bodybuilder show.
No, it's nasty.
This is viewer discretion advised.
Why? It's just a bodybuilder.
Does this person have snoobs, too, in addition to being a biological male? Do they have pretend snoobs?
They're covering them up. They're covering them up.
No.
Okay.
No, it's a dude. It's just a dude.
Oh, in the bikini.
In the female bodybuilding competition.
So he doesn't identify as a woman?
Well, he does for this competition.
Look at that, though.
That's a man.
Why is it?
That's a man,
I'll tell you what. This is why I stopped bodybuilding, because it's so difficult to get to this point.
That's a women's competition.
Yeah. Just saying.
And
why is he in it?
Why are dudes in any female competition? To win. At all costs.
Just to show.
Period.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly
okay,
right.
Okay, we got
screen,
that.
Please.
We don't need the ass.
It's a man, baby.
Thank you.
Ick.
It's an unfortunate place to pause the video.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's... look, we're a progressive society, and dudes are and women's competitions.
Yeah.
Get used to it, right?
It's not a fairness situation, because, once they get on the female hormones, everything's fine. Everything evens out that way. Then there's no different bone structure there or muscle structure or any of those kinds of things.
Thank you.
Men and women develop exactly the same way. We all know that.
Right. And if you object to it, it's your problem.
That's right.
You're the hater.
That's right. And if you've got a dangling unit still and you're going into a female locker room...
I don't think that guy did.
Didn't have a dangling unit?
I feel like he didn't.
No, we don't need to.
Okay, no, I don't want to see it again.
We don't care enough.
Seriously,
I promise you, we don't care.
That was not a callback for that.
Yeah, it kind of was.
No, it really not for me. Wow. But I'm glad that we're able to understand now that men and women are exactly the same, and there's no advantages to men in women's sports, right?
Thank you.
We heard that from Serena Williams, who was on, I think, David Letterman talking about it.
I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because...
Right. Yeah. 6-0, 6-0 in 5 or 10 minutes. So she's going to put up quite a fight against a male tennis player. And let's not forget. Yeah,
Everyone knows.
She knows.
Everyone knows.
She proved it. She and Venus were overheard talking to tennis officials at, I don't remember, was it the U.S. Open maybe? Like in 1997. They were just teenagers at the time. And they said that we could beat any man outside of the top 200. So the number 203 player, male player in the world, overheard it and said, all right, I'll play you guys. And so he did. And he beat Serena 6-1, and he beat Venus 6-2. The number 203 player in the world for men. And he said, I only hit my serve about 50% because I wanted to make it fun.
I mean, come on. I know, that's like piling on.
He piled on.
That's piled on.
He piled on. But they all took it really well. And, she's been able to admit that. And so, we have absolute proof positive that there's a difference there. I mean, people will go back to, what about when Billie Jean beat Bobby Riggs? Yeah, Bobby Riggs was 55 years old. And Billie Jean King was in the prime of her career. She was, I think, number 2 at the time. And by the way, Bobby Riggs had just beaten the number 1 ranked woman in the world like 6 months before that. And he beat her badly, too. Margaret Court. Yeah, he beat her, I think 1-3 or something. It was he crushed her. But then obviously Billie Jean took care of him then. Anyway, there's a difference. And it's despicable that nobody cares on the left about protecting women. Protecting women in the locker room and the bathroom. I mean, if you have a problem with it, we'll get you some help.
Get you some help.
Yeah, right. We'll get you some help because there's no reason you should have a problem with somebody's dangling unit in your face. God, I don't know. It's amazing, isn't it? Let me tell you, let me paint a little picture here for you for a minute. What would it be like if all of a sudden the global medication supply chain of antibiotics just disappeared? It's already happening, by the way.
Yes, it is.
We just talked about a shortage in the antibiotic that fights syphilis, but there have been other shortages as well. It's not just that. And it's because a lot of these drugs are manufactured in China, and we don't have control over that supply anymore. And so it could eventually really become a problem. What do you do about it? You get the Jace case from Jace Medical. It's a great way to keep yourself prepared for any kind of interruption in the supply chain. It's a pack of 5 different courses of antibiotics that you can use to treat all kinds of bacterial illnesses. UTIs, respiratory infections, sinus infections, whatever. It's a great way to be ready for a shortage. It's a great way to get ready for traveling. And you don't want to be caught unprepared. Go to jacemedical.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout, and save. That's promo code PAT at jasemedical.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Libs of TikTok posted this concerning message from a Pennsylvania school system. School is encouraging students to use pronouns, and they're lamenting that kids won't be able to get sex change surgeries in some states.
Oh.
This sign is posted in a school for kids to see. 465 anti-trans bills introduced in 2023. Some of these bills ban gender-affirming care, which reduces suicide rates by 73%. It's just a flat-out lie.
Yep.
It's just a flat-out lie. Others will ban kids from participating in sports.
Oh, no.
What can I do? Normalize introducing yourself with your name and pronouns. Speak up if you see bullying or discrimination against trans individuals, and keep yourself informed on the events in the transgender community.
It's in a public school. I believe it's Erie, Pennsylvania.
Gosh.
A lot of grooming going on there.
That's for
behind
sure.
those school doors.
I mean, they just continue to lie. So I saw where Kamala, I don't know if we have the clip. I didn't look at the sheet, but we had Kamala Harris, I think yesterday, in the state of Florida, saying that they decided middle school students will be taught enslaved people benefited from slavery.
What?
Stop lying.
Right. It's unbelievable.
That's all they're doing now. Yeah, and back to the trans thing. There's a man in prison in Oregon who sexually abused a young girl that he was babysitting. He's now behind bars and has forced the state to provide trans gender-affirming care for him. So he's going under a sex change operation on the taxpayers' dime. So that's neat.
Good.
And then you've got the first ever, I forgot what it was, like the first ever trans state representative was just, what was her name? Her name. I don't have it here. But anyway, 10,000 text messages discussing explicit images and transfer photos of children, some ages 3 to 5 years.
Oh, man.
And the things that he wanted to do. Anyway, so that individual has just been charged. But grooming, man. I mean, this is just, it's
despicable.
It's just a way to hide the fact that your goal is to groom children. No, I'm trans. What do you mean? I'm not grooming anybody.
I seem to remember a song. I can't remember who wrote it, but the chorus was, "We're coming for your children."
Doesn't ring a bell.
Coming for you. Hey, that was the chorus. Yeah, we're coming for your children.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I know.
Was there like a lot of people on the screen singing that?
That was it.
Huh.
We're coming for them.
That's it. Oh, see?
Thank you for the earworm.
It's a hit.
From these gentlemen.
I mean, it's straight in our face. Rather than just telling them.
I mean, they said it.
Please don't put this in my head. Please stop.
And then when people got pissed, of course, they're like, "Oh, we're just talking about how we're coming to make them non-discriminatory. That's all."
Did you want to play that Rachel Levine? Because remember, Jeffy mentioned earlier this week that Rachel Levine had said something.
Oh yeah, talking about yes, absolutely. Yeah. If we have that clip, it's
he.
It's
Dick Levine is a he.
No, Rachel is not. Rachel's been 100 through the surgery and all.
Oh, is that
Rachel,
right?
Yes.
Needs to learn how to stand differently then.
Why?
What do you mean she's so dainty?
Oh, I don't just
so
see
feminine.
Her toes point out. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Man. Well, see, that's because she was in the wrong body, so she didn't take ballet lessons growing up. That's the problem. Isn't it? In the wrong body. Somebody made a terrible mistake there. I don't know
she
who.
fixed it, and she fixed it.
So a Biden government official is going to explain why puberty blockers are no big deal for kids.
No big deal. Ain't no thing. All right.
What would you say to folks who think that they're being reasonable by saying, why can't children just wait till they're 18?
Right.
Adolescence is hard and puberty is hard.
Right.
What if you're going through the wrong puberty? What if you inside feel that you are female, but now you're going through a male puberty?
Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
Are you convinced? Seriously, did Rachel do that surgery?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
That's what they said.
Huh.
Now, if you've done the surgery and the hormones, shouldn't your voice be a little higher?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just...
Are you a medical
Does Rachel
physician
have
now
the
all of a
receipts
sudden?
from that procedure?
I hope she saved them. I do hope. But, I mean...
That's incredible. That's not the one I was thinking of, but that's incredible.
That's evil.
Sure is.
Just evil.
What if... Yes.
Sure is.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean...
I thought she's supposed to be a medical expert, right? I mean, she's... I don't know, assistant to the assistant to the assistant in the health department or whatever.
Is.
Yeah.
What if you feel like it?
Then we had this weird thing from Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I don't know if he's at a drag event or what. It's some sort of drag-friendly crowd.
And check this out from Charles Barkley.
This is not a drag event. This is not a drag event.
Drink the Bud Light.
I want y'all to drink this beer.
No.
I got 3 cases of Bud Light.
Drink this Bud Light.
Hey, and I want to say this.
Okay.
If you're gay, bless you.
Okay.
If you're transgender, bless you. And if you
so
have
weird.
a problem with that,
He was...
What the
First of all, he's no backdraft on this. This happened last weekend. They're not going to cancel Charles Barkley.
Right.
Apparently not.
It's not at a drag event. They were at this the Lake Tahoe yearly golf tournament.
Oh, is that
for
where
all
that
the
was?
Sports celebrities.
Oh.
And he was just in the bar.
Okay, hang on. Jeffy's upset right now, but go ahead.
I'm not upset. I'm just saying it was some drag event. It wasn't a drag event.
I said, or a drag-friendly crowd, which clearly they were.
Absolutely, they were, because it was all professional athletes that were there for this Lake Tahoe event. They show up every year and they
drink this effing beer.
Yeah, he's just ranting up on stage and get off. Somebody filmed it.
He's so weird.
Yeah, it's so
he's
weird.
So all over the map,
right?
Isn't
Yeah.
he? That's really, he's a weird dude. Did you see that Russia has banned trans?
What? How do you do that?
The Russian State Duma, that's their Congress, has unanimously approved legislation banning doctors from performing transgender mutilation surgeries nationwide. As well as banning those who claim to be transgender from adopting or having legal custody of children. The legislation comes in opposition to what the Russians describe as a Western-backed LGBT ideology that's subverting their country.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If it's something that, and I don't follow Duma as much as I should, so I apologize. But if it's something that...
I'm surprised you admit to that, because that's really egregious that you're not following the Duma as much as you should.
That's why I apologize.
Did you see the guy who tweeted out that he took his 8-year-old daughter to Olive Garden, and the waiter was wearing a dress, had a deep voice, and frankly scared his little girl. So he discreetly went to the manager and said, "Can we get a different server?" And then what happened after that, Chris Cruz?
Well, what happened after that was that the manager decided to take their menus, escort them out, and say that per corporate, there will be no intolerance about the LGBTQ community. And this happened here in College Station, Texas.
Wow. Down Texas A&M. Yeah.
Jeez.
The guy was not rude.
Right.
He literally said, "Hey, can I have my daughter? My 9-year-old daughter is afraid of this man in a dress."
Yeah, but where's the problem? I thought Roseanne Barr's tweet was excellent the other day. I'm going to dress up in man drag and tell Bible stories to school kids. I mean, that would really put
Funny.
There's another weird individual. She's all over the map.
That would put libraries in a conundrum.
She's been really funny lately.
That's interesting. Has she become conservative or something? I think so.
Well, she's like,
she was
we've gone
essentially a
so
communist.
far. We've gone so far.
Yeah.
That
she's
all
going
the
the other
people
way.
that were over there, not all of them, but many of the people that were over there
are realizing how extreme
and
it
that's
is.
too far.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Right.
That's too far.
But, in Russia, this would be banned. What were you going to say about Russia?
Well, I was just thinking that it was a unanimous decision, and I was just wondering if it's if there's ever a time when Duma it doesn't have a unanimous decision.
Right. That's a good
where they go
these
against
points.
perhaps what the leader
correct. I was just wondering
might be telling them to do.
Right. If Vlad says, I'm against this, does anyone in Duma stand up and say no?
No.
It's kind of interesting though because Putin is asking the Russian people, do we want all of this for our country and our children?
And I know.
As he hammers Western-backed what they call degeneracy.
And I've listened to some interviews with some people that talk about Russia is not as bad as where they're being portrayed here.
Right.
As far as their economy and how the people are.
They're doing fine.
And I saw a side-by-side video of a city in Ukraine and Philadelphia the other day, and Ukraine looks like a vacation spot
compared to
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
So, I mean,
he did
all our
have
money's going to Ukraine, so it should be pretty.
Right. But Putin had more to say. For us, all this is unacceptable. We have a different future, our own future. The colonialist left-wing world order, which there is one, he's right about that, Putin predicted, is doomed to fail.
feeling that way.
I am not a Vladimir Putin fan. I am not a Russian Federacy fan. But there's some points here about the extremism that we're turning to in this country.
And that's the thing, right? Again, we're so far gone. We're so far on the other side that even this sounds right. This sounds right. We're going to be on Vlad's side. But this is the same guy that,
Yes, he's terrible.
Yes.
He's hideous.
He's murdering his opposition.
Right. And it's illegal to be gay in Russia. Now, I'm not advocating for that. But, geez, we've gone so far the other direction.
There's no clear black and
now.
white anymore.
Right.
There's no clear black and white. And speaking of Russia, remember earlier this week we talked about the military emails that ended up in Mali's hands that are now going to end up in Russia's hands. So who knows what they have from our Defense Department. But now, did you hear the other story of hundreds of thousands of emails? The Russia thing, the email that they're going to get 10 years worth of emails. China has hacked individual in our government, and they have now hundreds of thousands of emails.
Oh, good.
I mean, this is how does this happen?
I don't know.
We are the most ridiculous nation.
Fang
well,
comes
it happens.
to mind.
It happens because of the leadership we have.
Yeah,
that doesn't care.
Yeah, it was the U.S. ambassador to China.
They don't give a rat's anus about it. They don't care.
No, they probably gave him the password.
Probably.
This is how you get them.
Probably did.
Would it surprise anybody?
Nope.
Not at all.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll be back with more fun during this apocalypse on Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Ain't seen nothing yet.